Hello my warriors, it is 1:35. Normally I only get a minute to talk, but thankfully I'm on YouTube. I'll be putting, of course, a piece of this on Instagram, but the majority of this, of course, will be on YouTube because I only have a minute on Instagram. So first and foremost, I am a little bit nervous, as you can probably tell. It is about 5 hours from my surgery. I'll be leaving in about 3 hours. I have not been to bed. That's after doing like 3 hours of hot yoga, dog park, walking my other 2 dogs, getting my nails done. I had to cut them. I was very sad. As well as a whole bunch of other stuff. But basically, I just wanted to check in with you guys and give you the video as promised. There will be some pictures that pop up throughout the video that will likely shock and drop some jaws, but hopefully you guys will not judge me. And of course, I know many of you guys are supporting me and have supported me along my entire way, so thank you very much. I do have a lot of new followers. I actually had 141,000 followers this morning, which still just baffles me. For those that are new to my journey, I used to weigh almost 500 pounds, and by following Weight Watchers and slowly adding fitness, I became addicted, and I was able to lose almost 300 pounds. All I could do initially was weight training or walking, because when you're that big, you're just limited on what you can do, especially machines and things like that. So weight training was always a big part of my life. I probably got into body pump, one because of a great friend of mine, but also because of weight training. And then I fell in love with that, and then group exercise, and here I am today teaching body pump and body flow. So I have to say, for me, it was definitely fitness that made the impact to keep going. Nutrition I still struggle with. Everybody does. I have life. I have things that happen. But overall, I feel like I do a good job for the most part. But at the same time, I have things that I can always improve, just like everyone else. Long story short, because I can talk forever, I've had 2 excess skin removal surgeries, but basically 3. So I've had my thighs done, my lower stomach, and my arms done. I do get some questions, so I wanted to answer the questions first before I show you guys the vulgar truth. First question that I tend to get a lot is, if I've had surgery on my arms, why do I still have skin? Well, in terms of healing and swelling, unfortunately you have to account for that. So whenever I had my surgery for my arms, it was obviously very swollen, and it didn't have any skin if you go back and look at some of the pictures I've posted. But as I, of course, healed and everything went down, I still have some. That's unfortunately just part of the deal. That's what happens when you allow yourself to be almost 500 pounds. You have to reap the repercussions. But overall, I'm very happy with my arms, and it's nothing that I couldn't technically go back and get fixed or keep having surgeries. But let's face it, who wants to do that? And I do not have any more means to pay for it, at least not legally. So moving on, I've also got questions about my upper stomach and why I did not have this done versus my breast, which is what I'm having done in a couple of hours. One, financially. Donate for those that have asked, but at the same time, it costs, I want to say, about $2,000 or $3,000 more to have this than it does my breast. So ultimately, I just decided to go with this one. But once I went to my pre-op, I got that little news that the quote that I got initially was a little bit off. So I probably could have actually had this done, but with planning and working and training and everything, I had already, had everything scheduled and ready. So I'm going to get this one done, and eventually I'll get this one done too. But as I showed you guys the other night, even just lifting does tremendous things for my stomach. So I definitely have a long way to go, but even just lifting it is going to do, wonders. Look at that. Baby ass. What's another question? Oh, motivation. That's a common one. And to be honest, that's the hardest one to answer. For me, there's a lot of things that drive me. My mother did pass a couple of years ago, and though she had many things that she couldn't help, there were many things that she could. I watched her have a very hard life, not only just growing up, but even as she was passing on, or I hate to say dying, but that's technically it. I know her quality of life in the beginning and throughout, and even in the end, definitely in the end, could have been much better if certain things would have been changed or done, like smoking or even just simple exercise. So I'm motivated by that fact. I don't have children. I don't necessarily plan to have children. I have a nephew, which I love to death, but other than dogs, I don't really see myself having children, but I'm not going to have that person or people to depend on when I get older. And to be honest, and this may rub some people the wrong way, although I think you should be there for your children and parents as they get older, I don't think anyone should give up their life to take care of someone if it's something that they can help control. So for example, if I get cancer, that's something different. But if I'm 500 pounds and I keep stuffing my face and I can't walk, or I end up getting to a point where I can't even stand, guys, there's no one to blame but myself, and I cannot expect someone else to take care of me. The same way if I lost the weight and I just stopped working out or building muscle. Anyway, long story short, motivation is definitely my health. When I first started, it was to be sexy, to be wanted, to be attracted. To be honest, it was to be a stripper. Not like an actual stripper, but one that does all the pole tricks. I just wanted all eyes on me. I wanted to be everything that I wasn't when I was 500 pounds. I definitely did not have any secret admirers or barely really any friends. I had a few which I treasure, even some to this day. A few, unfortunately, I don't really talk too much anymore, but even the ones that may move away, I still have good relationships with them, just because I know how rare it is to find someone that will accept you for who you are and not judge you or make you feel like less of a person. And unfortunately, that was not something that I had very much of. So beyond health, beyond being attractive, beyond fitness, motivation that I guess I get internally is challenging myself. Just like hiking the highest point in each state, that's definitely something that I didn't plan to do when I was bigger. I loved hiking, but I didn't have that goal. And then as I started hiking more, as I started to work out more, it definitely just got higher and higher. I wanted to challenge myself more and more. So that's a big part. I'm not really competitive with other people because I definitely still have self-esteem issues and self-confidence issues. But when it comes to myself, man, as soon as you tell me I can't do something, I'm like, yeah, I definitely can. So it's weird, but I love to compete with myself. I love to show myself that I can do it. And then as soon as I do, it just hooks me to want to do something more. I think the other last question that I tend to get a lot of is pretty much what I do or what I plan to do in terms of writing a book or traveling or whatever the case may be. And forgive me, I'm looking at the time so I don't run out. But basically, right now I'm in customer service. I've been in customer service pretty much since I've been working. As you can imagine, someone being from my background, it's easy to be a doormat or, basically a wall that people just yell at. But at the same time, I also teach body pump and teach body flow. I am very thankful for my job, and I love my coworkers and my connections that I have on that level, but ultimately I know my passion lies in fitness, and that has obviously changed. I have a degree in healthcare management, I have a degree in business, but I don't really plan to use those right now. I might use business eventually one day, but right now I need to find something that can keep me active, that can keep me moving and smiling from ear to ear, because that's what fitness does, and I know that it can do the same for anyone that's willing to give it a chance. So that's enough of me yammering. I know you guys are like, where's the skin at? So without further ado, the next few minutes are going to be completely raw. I am going to be covering my nipple area, so please, please, please do not report me. I am not trying to be sexual. I am not trying to be derogatory. That's why I'm putting this on my YouTube versus Instagram. So for all my Instagram viewers, I hope you came and checked me out. But at the same time, it honestly is just to show people what's really there, because even though I can pull things out on the side, that's nothing. So here goes. Be prepared. So completely raw. There is no lift. I think I measured it, and my boobs pretty much hang about 3 inches from my belly button when I don't have on a bra. You can see my collarbone though. That's nice, right? You gotta laugh about it, guys. You gotta laugh about it. From the side angle, you can clearly see, and look at this. Muscle, not even flexing. Just gotta barely move. But yeah, that skin is definitely a nuisance. Here comes the front shot. Again, I mean, I literally have cow udders. Wow. But yeah, I won after the surgery, which is why I'm posting this. And I feel for my warriors out there, unfortunately, that are still waiting to have the surgery. I understand, and unfortunately I'm not one of those people that can live with the skin like a lot of people can. So I've took out loans, I've raised money, my fundraiser, anything I could possibly do besides sell my butt or anything illegal to pretty much get the money, and this is where we stand. So I told you guys I was going to put it out there. There is no hiding it. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. So again, to those that have donated, to those that have supported me, to those that don't judge me, I thank you guys more than I can ever say. It hurts so good. Alright, I gotta get some rest, right? Maybe a little bit. I'm gonna go work out. Have a great night, guys. Morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. And thank you guys for your support and your prayers. It means more than I could say. I'll check in later.